Hey guys, welcome back sa ating Intro to Programming session. So this is session 2.1 and for today, we will be talking about common concepts in programming. Right after this intro. So guys, eto ang session flow natin for today. So number 1, we're going to talk about arithmetic operators. Then number 2, comparison operators. And the next, conditional statements. And the next, logical operators. And then finally, we will be talking about looping statements. So etong 5 na to, you will encounter this sa iba't ibang programming languages na pag-aaralan nyo in the future. So for today, we're just going to learn yung pseudocode niya at kung paano siyang gamitin and kung paano yung logic. So without further ado, let's begin. So let's start with our arithmetic operators. So eto na pag-aralan natin to last time because eto yung mga operators na ginagamit natin para makapag-perform tayo ng calculation. So last time, gumawa tayo ng challenge na i-calculate yung tatlong subjects, yung average niya. So meaning we have used arithmetic operators. So ito yung addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and many more. Okay, so meaning yun yung basic functions ng math, diba? Yun yung nasa calculators natin. So now, ano ba yung mga arithmetic operators na pwede natin gamitin? So let's just go back here. Ngayon makikita nyo guys, we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. Ito yung 5 pinaka-common na makikita nyo sa lahat ng programming languages. Lalo naman yung addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Hindi mawawala yan. Since yan yung 4 basic operations ng mathematics. Now, we all know that addition, of course, it adds number. It uses the operator plus, and then makikita nyo example, 5 plus 5, of course, the answer is 10. Subtraction will use the dash, which is yung minus sign natin. So, 5 minus 5 is equals to 0, of course. Multiplication uses asterisk instead of x. So, makikita nyo, 5 times 5 will be 25. Okay? And then, slash naman ang gamit when it comes to division. No, so, makikita nyo, 5 divided by 5 is equals to 1. And finally, we have the modulus, which uses the percentage sign. Ang ginukuha nito, guys, is yung remainder pag dinivide natin yung dalawang number. So, ibig sabihin nito, 5 divided by 2. Ilan yung kasyang 2 sa 5? Of course, dalawang 2 ang kasya sa 5. That gives us 4. So, of course, 5 minus 4 is 1. Meaning, ang remainder natin is 1. So, parang nung elementary lang tayo, nung nagko-compute tayo ng remainder. By the way, guys, I want you na i-sure nyo na naintindihan nyo kung ano yung variables last episode. Kasi yung operators, ginagamit to variables as well. So, kung naalala nyo, subject 1 plus subject 2 plus subject 3 divided by 3, we use this on the variables. So, dapat naintindihan ng variables. So, variables, again, is the container of temporary data. And then, yung data type naman is, of course, kung anong type ng data yung laman ng variables. Yun yung pinag-aralan natin last episode. And, of course, sa integers or sa numbers and decimals lang natin pwedeng gamitin tong operators na to. So, ngayon na naintindihan na natin si arithmetic operators, intindihin pa natin si modulus, no? So, para doon sa mga medyo nalilito pa kasi siya lang naman yung bago sa atin, might as well i-explain na natin ng maayos. So, let's go to our draw.io. Okay guys, so we're here sa ating draw.io. Ngayon, i-explain ko lang sa inyo yung modulus ng mas mabuti. So, for example, we have 5 modulus 3. What will be the answer? Ano ba yung remainder ng 5 modulus 3? So, 5 divided by 3, of course, 1 kasi isang 3 lang yung kasya sa 5. So, 5 minus 3 would be 2. So, ang sagot is 2. Remainder 2. So, actually, ang sagot niyan is 1, remainder 2. Diba? Kasi isa yung kasya na 3 sa 5. And then, ang remainder niya would be 2. So, ang sagot would be 2. Kasi ang kukunin lang natin is remainder. Another one. For example, 10 modulus 3. Ilan yung kasyang 3 sa 10? Of course, 3. So, 3, remainder, ilan yung mangyayari? 3 times 3, 9. 10 minus 9, 1. So, 3, remainder, 1 ang sagot. So, the answer would be 1. So, ganyan ginagamit si modulus. And for example, divisible yung dalawa. For example, 10 modulus 2. So, question, what will be the answer here? 10 modulus 2. Ilang 2 ang kasya sa 10? 5. So, of course, may remainder ba to? Wala. Kasi, sakto yung ating 2 sa 10. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 would be 5. Remainder 0. So, the answer would be 0. So, ganun gumagana si modulus. Okay, now let's proceed sa ating pag-aaralan na susunod. So, guys, now let's talk about arithmetic precedence. So, alam na natin to simula nung elementary tayo because we know this as the PEMDAS or the GEMDAS rule. Pero guys, dito, ang ginagamit lang natin is PEMDAS because we don't have exponent na operator. But if meron, then you should follow the PEMDAS rule. So dito ngayon, PEMDAS lang kasi karamihan ng programming language, wala yung exponent operator. Now, of course, we all know na ang uunahin natin is naka-parenthesis, lahat lang naka-parenthesis, then after nun, multiplication and division, and then finally, addition and subtraction. And we actually did that on our last challenge, which is yung average. So let's look at it. So makikita nyo dito, ito yung last time natin pinag-aralan. We declared 3 subjects and then average, and then in-input natin yung subject 1 to 3, and then binasa natin, and then pinrases natin yung average niya. So yung average would be equals to sub 1, sub 2, sub 3. So pinag-add natin yung tatlo, and then dinivide sa 3. But notice na nilagyan ng parenthesis to. Because pag walang parenthesis yan, ano mangyayari? Mauuna yung division natin, which would give us the wrong result. No, kasi dapat mauna muna yung addition bago yung division. So meaning, anong nangyari dito, since naka-parenthesis to, PEMDAS, so parenthesis muna, subject 1 plus subject 2 plus subject 3, masasagot muna to. So tsaka natin i-divide by 3, then we will have our average. So output average. PEMDAS or the arithmetic precedence is very important dito sa ating programming world, no? Lalo na pag nagko-compute tayo, no? Kasi marami din computation dyan, lalo na if you're going to tackle sales. So, let's go sa ating draw.io para mas maintindihan natin tong arithmetic precedence. Let's go. Okay, so andito na tayo sa ating draw.io. So, notice if I put here 5 plus 5 and then divided by 5, ano ang magiging sagot natin? So, ano unahin natin? Of course, the division following the PEMDAS or PEMDAS rule. So, mauuna muna ang division. So, 5 divided by 5 is 1. Of course, yung 5 tsaka yung plus hindi pwedeng mawala. So, eto 1. And then, eto binabalang natin. Now, 5 plus 1 would be 6. So, yan yung sagot natin since inuuna natin yung division. Now, what if we change this to this? So, copy ko lang, no? So, we have here naman, lalagyan natin ng parenthesis yung 5 plus 5. So, we have a parenthesis here. Now, ano na ngayon yung mauuna sa atin? Would it be the parenthesis or would it be the division or would it be the addition? Of course, yung mga naka-parenthesis muna because we are following the PEMDAS rule. Kanina nauna yung division kasi wala namang parenthesis yung dalawa na to. Pero ngayon, uunahin na natin yung naka-parenthesis. So, it would be 10 divided by 5. And then, ang magiging sagot natin, 10 divided by 5 would be 2. So, makita nyo, it varies the answer. Kaya, make sure na naiintindihan ang arithmetic precedence pagka nagko-compute tayo ng mga numbers sa ating mga program na gagawin in the future. So, with that, let's go sa ating susunod na pag-aaralan. Okay guys, now let's talk about comparison operators. From the word itself, comparison, we will now compare two values using these operators. So meron tayong dalawang basic na equality operators which are known as the equal and the not equal. So gumagamit ng dalawang equal sign yung equal and then gumagamit ng exclamation point tsaka equal sign yung not equal. This just checks if equals yung dalawang value or hindi sila equal. So it will just always output true or false. So, makikita nyo yan later, no? So, sa ngayon, baka hindi nyo maintindihan since we are not using it practically. Pero, we will use this to compare two values. So, paano yon? So, let's just look at our next page. As you can see here, we have the comparison operators. Let's check it, no? So, makikita nyo dito sa left side, pinagko-compare natin yung dalawang numbers using the comparison operators. So, yung 5 daw ba equals sa 10? True or false? Of course, false. Hindi naman equals ang 5 sa 10. So, yung 7 ba equals sa 7? Yes. So, it will output true. Yung 5 ba hindi equals sa 10? Yes. Hindi naman equals talaga yung dalawa na yan. Magkaibang number yan. So, it will be true. Yung 10 ba hindi equals sa 10? False. Kasi equal yung 10 sa 10. So, that's how you use equality operators or the comparison operators. As you can see here, using the pseudocode na meron tayong variables, we can use it on the variables. Or even, we can use it dun sa mga in-input ng user. So, kunwari, input X, hindi natin dineclare ng may value. So, we can still use it. Okay? So, makita nyo guys, dineclare natin yung X na may laman na 5, and then we check if yung X daw ba equals sa 10. True or false? False, of course, kasi 5 yung X, hindi siya equal sa 10. Then, eto, 5 ba equals sa 5? Yes. Yung X ba hindi equals sa 10? Yes. Yung 5 ba not equals to 5? False, kasi equals yung 5 sa 5. That's why it should be false. So, ganun lang kadaling intindihin si comparison operators. More so yung equality operators natin. Now, let's check yung iba pang mga operators natin na ginagamit. So, this is much more advanced pero actually madali pa rin naman. No, so we have the greater than, the less than, the greater than or equal, tsaka yung less than or equal. It just uses the basic symbol natin. So yung greater than sign, of course, the less than sign, the greater than and then equal sign, and then the less than and equal sign naman. So again, same. It will always output true or false. And we will use this to compare two values ulit. So let's look at our examples here. So ayan, may question dito. Yung 13 daw ba greater than 10? So tinatanong dyan, yung 13 ba mas malaki sa 10? Yes or no? Yes. So it will output true. Yung 5 ba mas maliit sa 10? Yes, kasi mas maliit talaga yung 5 sa 10. True. Yung 13 ba greater than or equals 10? True, kasi mas malaki yung 13 sa 10. Yung 5 ba mas maliit or equal sa 10? Yes. So it's true kasi yung 5 mas maliit or equal sa 10. Now, the question is, ano yung pinagkaiba ng greater than dun sa greater than or equals? Tsaka yung less than, tsaka yung less than or equals. Parang wala silang pinagkaiba, di ba? Kasi pareho namang greater than. Well, dito nyo makikita kung paano siya nagkaiba. So, kung makikita nyo, question, yung 10 ba mas malaki sa 10? No, hindi siya mas malaki sa 10 kasi equal sila. Yung 10 ba mas maliit sa 10? Hindi din. Equal sila, no? Hindi sila mas maliit sa isa't isa. Ngayon, dito nagkakaiba yung greater than equals. Yung 10 ba greater than or equal kay 10? Yes, equal sila. Pero hindi sila greater than. So, since equal sila, this will still be true. Okay? Yung 10 ba mas maliit or equals kay 10? Equal sila, hindi sila less than. So, it will still be true kasi tinatanong or sinasama natin yung mismong 10 itself. Meaning, ang pinagkaiba ng dalawa na to is sinasama niya yung mismong number natin. So, kung 10 yan, mas malaki ba sa 10? Of course, hindi. Dito kasama yung 10 mismo. Yung 10 ba mas malaki or equals sa 10? True, kasi equals naman sa 10 yung 10. So, yun lang. So, I hope na hindi kayo nalito. If you have any questions, please comment sa ating comment section. Now, the comparison operators actually gives us a lot of things to do. Lalo na when it comes to choices. No? Kasi we're going to combine it with the so-called conditional statements. Okay? So, conditional statements, these are statements that executes action depending on different condition. Meaning, meron na tayong mga pathway ngayon kung ano yung pwedeng ma-execute natin depende dun sa sitwasyon. Now, they are used with comparison operators and then logical operators, which we will talk about later, yung logical operators. Ngayon, let's just focus on the comparison operators. Now, let's look at our first example, which is the if statement. Okay, so ganito yung itsura niya, no? So, it will check for a single condition. So, kung makikita nyo, this is the pseudocode na ginamit natin. So, we declare the age, we inputted the age, we read the age, and then chinek niya. If daw, so it uses the if keyword, if yung age natin, ano daw, mas malaki or equal sa 18, ano gagawin natin? I-output lang natin legal age. And then, we just need to put end if sa dulo pagkatapos na yung if statement natin. And kung mapansin nyo, naka-indent ng konti yung output. No? So, ibig sabihin, sa loob ng if tsaka ng end if, nandun yung may execute pagka na-meet yung condition na to. So, meaning, pagka yung age natin is mas malaki or equal sa 18, it will output legal age. So, the indented pseudocode will only be executed if the comparison is true. Meaning, dapat true yung comparison na to para mag-output yung legal age. Now, let's try it dun sa ating draw.io. So, I'm going to give you a challenge and sana magawa nyo, no? Okay, guys. So, this is a sample problem na pwede nating isolve using the if statement. So, sabi dito, we need to create a program na nag-check down ng inputted temperature natin in Celsius. So, output daw natin, it's hot outside if yung temperature daw natin na in-input exceeds or at 30 degrees. Meaning, pagka 30 degrees pataas, ano mangyayari? Lalabas, it's hot outside. So, let's try that. Simulan muna natin, so of course, mag-declare ng isang variable. Lagyan natin dito, declare. So, ano yung i-declare natin? Declare, of course, the temperature. So, gawin na natin temp na lang para maikli. Declare temp. So, by the way, guys, hindi nyo naman kailangan kopyahin yung mismo nandito. No? You can make it much shorter for you. Basta naiintindihan pa rin. Declare temp, then semicolon. Then, after natin i-declare, we need to make the user input the temperature. Then, ano gagawin natin? We need to read the temp. So, ngayon, gagamitin na natin yung temp using the if statement. So, tatanong natin, if yung temp daw, ano sabi? Kailangan daw exceeds or at 30 degrees. Meaning ng or at is kailangan kasama yung 30 mismo. So, we can either put greater than equals 30, and then after nun, we're just going to say output. Ano output natin? So, lalagay lang natin dito, it's hot outside. And then, here, end if lang natin. And then, with that, tapos na yung ating program. Now, let's read this right now. Ngayon, sabi dito, gawa daw tayo ng program na magsasabi na it's hot outside pagka 30 degrees pataas. So, ang ginawa natin, we declared temp para sa temperature. Pinag-input natin si user ng temperature. So, for example, ang in-input ko is, sabihin na natin, nag-input tayo ng 25. So, yan yung temperature natin, 25. So, nag-input tayo na 25. Now, the question is, niread natin yung temp. Yung temp daw ba is greater than or equals to 30? No. So, ang mangyari, hindi lalabas yung it's hot outside. Ganun kadali. Now, if we have 35 degrees, input natin 35. Yung temp ba is greater than or equals to 30? Yes. So, lalabas, it's hot outside. So, with that, we have successfully solved this problem. Now, hindi lang ito yung sagot. There are two answers actually right here. Pwede natin gawin is, gawin natin tong greater than 29. Okay? So, bakit pwedeng greater than 29? So, same lang tong greater than equals to 30 sa greater than 29. Kasi kailangan kasama yung 30 degrees. So, let's try this, no? So, pag nilagay ko dito, 30, pasok ba yung 30 dito sa greater than 29? Yes, kasi ang 30 is greater than 29. Dito ba sa kabila? For example, dito sa kabila, in-input ko 30. Yung temp ba natin is greater than or equals to 30 pagka 30 in-input natin? Yes, so pasok pa rin. So meaning, there are two possible answers right now dito sa ating problem na to. So it doesn't matter which one you use, it's still correct. So kung ito ginamit nyo, congrats. Kung ito ginamit nyo, also congrats pa rin sa inyo. So yun guys, yung application ng conditional or if statement natin. So meron pa tayong ibang conditional statement, kaya let's go sa susunod nating pag-aaralan. So guys, lipat na tayo dito sa ating if-else statement. Kasi itong if-else statement, it will run when the if statement fails to meet the condition. Meaning may sasapon na pagka nag-false yung if. Kasi kanina, when we run the if condition, so papakita ko sa inyo. So question dito, no, for example, 17 yung in-input ko dito. So pagka 17 yung age ko, hindi siya pasok sa greater than or equals to 18. Meaning may lalabas ba na legal age? Wala. Kasi false yung ating condition. Now, with this if-else statement, pagka nangyari yon, for example, in-input ko 17. Yung 17 ba greater than equals to 18? No, it will be false. So, ibig sabihin, it will not run this, but it will run yung else statement natin. So, meaning, pagka hindi ito na lang kabila. So, kaya yun yung ibig sabihin ng if-else. Okay? So, it will output now minor age. So, we assume na minor age siya kasi hindi siya mas malaki or equal sa 18 yung age niya. Okay? Sabi dito sa baba, makikita nyo sa baba, else runs when the if comparison is false. So, likewise, pag nag-run yung if statement, hindi na magra-run yung else. For example, 20 yung sagot ko. Yung 20 ba mas malaki or equals sa 18? Yes, it will now output legal age. Pero hindi na lalabas yung minor age kasi nag-run na yung nasa taas. So, meaning from top to bottom ang basa natin lagi. Kung ano yung nasa taas, yun yung mauunang i-check. So, with that, let's try it on our draw.io again. Let's go. So, guys, welcome back sa ating draw.io. So, dito, meron tayong same problem pero minodify. So, makikita nyo, let's create daw a program na nag-check ng temperature in Celsius. Lalabas daw ulit, it's hot outside pagka yung temperature exceeds or at 30 degrees. Otherwise naman daw, if hindi siya ganon, we should output it's cool outside pagka lower than 30 degrees yung ating temperature. So, let's try this, no? So, gagamitin naman natin dito if-else statement. Kanina kasi we just used if statement, no? So, which is etong isa. So, I'm just gonna copy this because it's almost the same. Let's analyze later. So, ilalagay ko lang siya dito. Ngayon, papalitan ko lang to ng greater than equals to 30 because para sa akin kasi mas madali yung greater than equals to 30 intindihin. Ngayon, same, no? Pagka lumagpas or equal siya sa 30, lalabas, it's hot outside. Now, I just need na magkaroon siya ng else statement. So, to add an else statement, after netong if, we just need to add else. No? So, dito, else daw. So, wala nang kailangan na condition dito kasi lahat ng hindi papasok dito sa taas, sa else papasok. Okay? Ngayon, enter, space, 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 space. Output naman, lalabas lang dito, it's cool outside. Then, semicolon. So, ito mag-i-input tayo ng 15 degrees. So, for example, 15 degrees ang sagot natin sa input. So, pagka-input, read temp, yung 15 ba mas malaki or equal sa 30? Yes or no? Of course, no, kasi yung 15 mas maliit sa 30. So, hindi lalabas yung it's hot outside. Ang lalabas yung nasa else. Lalabas yung it's cool outside. Pagka pinalitan ko to, for example, 45 degrees. So, is 45 greater than or equals to 30? Yes, kasi ang 45 mas malaki talaga sa 30. So, lalabas, it's hot outside at hindi na lalabas yung it's cool outside. So, again, there are multiple ways of doing this. Actually, meron tayong 4 possible answers dito pero I'm just going to show you the 2 possible answers. So, ito yung first possible answer natin kasi we're done with this. No? Pagka mas malaki sa 30 or equals, it's hot. Pagka naman mas maliit, it's cool. So, dalawang sagot lang. Ngayon, pwede natin gawing ganito yan. So, pwedeng yung isa is ganito. So, pagpapalitin natin to, ang mangyayari, dito, lalabas, it's cool outside. Dito naman, it's hot outside. So, ang nangyayari niyan, babalik ta rin natin ngayon yung ating condition. I-check natin if yung temperature is less than 30. So, meaning 29 and below. No, so, is it the same? Yes, it's the same with this. Pinagbaliktad lang natin yung ating condition. So, meaning dito, chine-check natin kung yung temp is less than 30. So, let's try it together, no? So, lagyan natin. For example, ang sagot natin, 25. So, dito sa left side, yung 25 ba mas malaki o equals sa 30? Hindi. Ano lalabas? It's cool outside. Dito sa kabila, yung 25 ba is less than 30? Yes. So, ang lalabas, it's cool outside. So, same output. So, meaning, we still solve the problem. So, for example, 35 degrees. Yung 35 ba mas malaki sa 30 or equal sa 30? Yes. Sa lalabas, it's hot outside. Ngayon dito sa kabila, yung 35 ba mas maliit sa 30? No. So, meaning, ang lalabas, it's hot outside pa rin since nasa else yung it's hot outside natin. Which always gives us the same answer. So, meaning, we still solve the problem. Either way, dun sa ginamit nating solution. So, this is what I want everybody to know. There are a lot of ways to solve problems dito sa ating programming world, no? So, don't be afraid na meron kayong sariling naisip na gawin. Kasi, that's where innovation comes from. Okay? So, with that, naintindihan na natin kung paano gamitin si if tsaka si else. So, si if tsaka si else, it can only handle 2 conditions. So, either yung isa or yung isa lang. So, ngayon, paano pagka mas marami sa dalawa yung kailangan nating maging condition? So, how does that work? So, let's go sa ating PowerPoint ulit. Now, let's proceed sa ating if-else-if statement. So, this is, again, a much more advanced na naman na conditional statement natin which will allow us to add additional condition to handle when if-else is not enough. Meaning, more than 2 conditions ang pwede nyong ilagay dito. So, if we look at this, we are now using the else-if keyword tsaka yung else keyword natin. So, how does this work? So, makita nyo, we declare the age, we inputted the age, we read the age. Then, for example, ang age natin is -10. -10. So, -10 is an invalid age which hindi nating ma-handle dito sa kanina. So, ang lalabas pagka -10 ang in-input natin dito using if-else statement, ang lalabas is minor age. Even though we all know that -10 is not a valid age. Now, to handle that, we are now using the if-else statement. Okay? So, makikita nyo dito, if age is greater than equals to 18, so for example nga, -10. -10 ba mas malaki or equals sa 18? No. So, pababa yung basa dito, no? Else if daw, yung age ba mas malaki sa 0? No, kasi -10. So, ibig sabihin, saan mapupunta? Sa else, ano lalabas? Invalid age. So, meaning si else if, it will run sequentially when the if comparison is false. Meaning from top to bottom. Ilang else if ang pwede nating ilagay? Kahit ilang gusto nyo. Kahit 5, kahit 10, kahit 100, as long as you can discern or naiintindihan nyo pa kung paano nyo ginamit yung if-else-if statement nyo, then that's okay kahit ilan pa yan. So, you will see later. So, meaning dito guys, is simula sa taas, i-check niya pababa. So, dapat may pasukan siya na isa dyan or mag-true. Pagka walang nag-true, saan mapupunta? Of course, sa else. For example, we will now input 12. 12 years old, no? So, yung 12 ba mas malaki or equal sa 18? Hindi. So, hindi papasok sa legal age. Else if yung 12 ba mas malaki sa 0? Yes. So, ano lalabas? Minor age. So, pumasok na siya dito, meaning hindi na siya tutuloy sa ilalim. So, pagka kunwari, nilagay natin 25. Yung 25 ba mas malaki or equal sa 18? Yes. So, lalabas agad, legal age. And with that, tapos na. Hindi na babasahin nyo nasa ilalim since nag-true na yung nasa taas. Meaning sequential siya na from top to bottom ang basa. Once na may nag-true sa isa dyan, yun lang yung magraran. Okay? So, sana naintindihan yon. Now, let's try that on our draw.io para mas maintindihan nyo and ma-challenge kayo. Let's go. So guys, welcome back sa ating draw.io. So, we have another problem. Dinagdagan lang natin ng condition. So, same problem pa rin dun sa kanina. Now, we will use the if-else-if statement. So, ang problem natin na bago is mag-create daw tayo ng program na nag-check ng input and temperature in Celsius pa rin. Pero, 4 na yung condition natin. So, pagka daw yung temperature is exceeding or at 100 degrees, dapat lumabas, it's boiling. Pagka naman daw exceeding or at 30 degrees, output, it's hot. Pagka naman daw exceeding or at 0 degrees, output, it's cold. Pagka naman daw lower than 0 degrees, output, it's freezing. So, depende yan sa temperature level kung ano yung magiging output ng ating program. Now, 4 yung condition natin. Now, when using if-else-if statement, I recommend na isort nyo either ascending or descending yung condition. Meaning, for example, magsimula tayo sa 100 degrees, pababa ng 0 degrees. Or, pwede tayo magsimula sa 0 degrees, pataas ng 100 degrees. So, it doesn't matter. So, it will still have the same. Basta make sure na naka-ascending or descending siya para hindi kayo malito. So, let's begin by using descending, no? Since naka-descending na to from 100 degrees pababa. So, ngayon makikita nyo meron na nakalagay na declare input tsaka read since paulit-ulit na lang natin tinatype para mabilis tayo. Ngayon, let's try and solve the problem. So, unang condition natin, it should exceed or be at 100 degrees daw. Lalabas, it's boiling. So, how do we do that? So, we will use if statement sa una. If muna, if, alin? Yung temp is greater than or equals 100 kasi exceeding or at 100 degrees. Ano lalabas? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lalabas, output, it's boiling. Yung semicolon. So, lalabasan dito output. And then, after ng unang if statement, make sure na if statement ng una, bawal ang else if sa unang if statement. No? So, bawal yon. Sa pangalawa lang dapat ang else if. So, ngayon, else if. So, hindi tayo gagamit ng else kasi marami pang condition, hindi lang dalawa. So, pagka naman daw yung temp is exceeding or equal saan? 30 degrees. Pagka naman daw equal sa 30 degrees or exceeding siya, lalabas lang, it's hot. Then, let's proceed, no? Continue pa tayo. Habaan natin ng konti itong ating lalagyan since mahaba yung ating code or pseudocode, sorry. So, ngayon dito, else if para ba or else na? Else if pa rin kasi meron pang dalawang condition. So, meron pang exceeding or at 0 degrees. So, sabi dito, pagka daw naman yung temp natin, greater than or equals 0 degrees. Pagka greater than or equals to 0 degrees, lalabas, it's cold. So, since lalabas yon, lalagay lang din natin dito, output, it's cold. And with that, last one na lang, pagka daw lower than 0 degrees, output, it's freezing. So, since last one na yon, we are going to use else statement. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ulit for our indentation. Output, it's freezing. And with that, lalagay nyo na sa dulo, end if. So, lalagay nyo lang end if pagka natapos nyo na lahat ng inyong statement. No? So, laging else yun sa dulo. Pwede ba yung else if din? Pwede naman, guys. Pero, I recommend na else na yung gamitin nyo pagka huling condition na. It's the best practice. Does this really work? So, nakalimutan natin semicolon. Let's just put the semicolons here. So, tingnan natin. So, pagka daw sobra ng 100 degrees, it's boiling. So, let's have a text here. So, let's say na ang input natin would be 125 degrees. So, meaning, boiling point yan. So, nag-input tayo ng 125. The question is, yung temp ba natin, which is 125, mas malaki sa 100 or equal sa 100? Yes, so it's true. Meaning, output? Lalabas, it's boiling. Tama. Now, if for example, 75 or 73 degrees, is it boiling? No. So, yung 73 ba mas malaki or equal sa 100? Hindi. So, hindi lalabas yung it's boiling. Now, let's talk about yung susunod. Else if yung 73 ba mas malaki or equal sa 30? Yes. So, ano lalabas? It's hot. So, it's working. Now, paano pagka 25 degrees or 28 degrees? Sabihin natin 28 degrees. Yung 28 ba mas malaki or equals 100? Hindi. Yung 28 ba mas malaki or equals 30? Hindi din. Yung 28 ba mas malaki or equals 0? Yes. So, ang lalabas naman, it's cold, which actually works for us. So, ngayon, last one. Ang in-input ko, negative 5 degrees. So, since negative 5, freezing na yan. So, lalabas dito, tatanong natin, negative 5 ba mas malaki equals 100? Hindi. Negative 5 ba mas malaki equals 30? Hindi. Negative 5 ba mas malaki or equals 0? Hindi. Ibig sabihin, since hindi siya pumasok sa tatlong condition, we are now sure na nasa else siya. So, meaning, ang else is it's freezing. So, lalabas, it's freezing. And with that, we solved this problem. So medyo mahaba lang yung ating pseudocode. We are now using 12 lines of pseudocode, which is normal, no? So ganun talaga, no? Hahaba ng hahaba yung program natin as we learn new things. Pero kung naintindihan nyo to, then you are now eligible to create basic program, no? Sanay na kayo mag-if statement. Now guys, let's go sa susunod nating pag-aaralan. But before we go, I would like to challenge you na gumawa pa ng ibang variation neto and i-comment nyo sa ating comment section. Let's see if meron talagang nakaintindi, no? So yung variation nito is pabaligtad naman. So ito kasi, it is descending order. Now gawin nyo ascending order naman, no? So from 0 degrees, pero make sure na tama pa rin yung magiging output, no? So kung ano yung condition dito, dapat sundin pa rin niya yung ating output. Let's go sa ating PowerPoint at pag-aralan na yung kasunod nating pag-aaralan. Let's go. Okay guys, ngayon lumipat naman tayo sa logical operators. So, si logical operators are ginagamit din in combination with conditional statements para makagawa tayo ng mas complex pa na conditions. So, ngayon, it will allow us programmers to put 2 or more conditions in just one line or one expression. You will learn this later. So, tingnan muna natin yung mga logical operators natin. So, we have 3 types of logical operators. We have the AND, or, tsaka not. Ito yung kanyang symbol. So, sa AND, gumagamit ng dalawang ampersand. Si OR, gumagamit ng dalawang pipe symbol. And then, si NOT, gumagamit ng exclamation point. So, ano-ano yung tatlo na yan? So, let's begin with AND operator. So, sabi dito, when we use AND operator, both conditions should be true. So, paano nangyayari to? So, isipin nyo, nagpadala ako sa inyo ng apple and orange. So, pag sinabi nating apple and orange, pwede bang dalhin nyo lang apple? Hindi. So, pareho yung dadalhin yung apple tsaka orange. Okay, so parang requirement si AND. So, paano yun? For example, we have here an age and an experience. So, sabi dito, we will input age and experience and we will read the age and experience. Ngayon, if yung age daw natin is mas malaki or equals to 18, in short, legal age tayo, and our experience is greater than 1, meaning dapat legal age and at the same time, our experience should be 2 or more. So, kasi greater than 1. Then, saka lang lalabas yung hired if we both satisfy that condition. Pagka hindi, else yung lalabas is not qualified. For example, we have here age 22 and XP is equals to 0. So, tingnan natin, no? So, yung 22 ba mas malaki or equals to 18? Yes. So, true. And, yung XP ba natin greater than 1? Yun yung question. 0 yung XP natin, so it's not greater than 1, so this is false. So, since AND yung gamit natin, kahit na-satisfy natin yung condition na to, pag hindi natin na-satisfy yung kabila, wala pa ring mangyayari. It will be false entirely. Meaning, ang lalabas is not qualified. And with that, ganun ginagamit si AND. So, paano mangyayari pagka parehong true? So, next natin. So, what if our age is 27 and our experience is 5? So, yung 27 ba mas malaki or equal sa 18? True. And, yung XP ba natin na 5, mas malaki sa 1? True. So, they are both true. We satisfy both conditions. Ano lalabas? Lalabas na yung hired. Okay? And with that, kailangan nga pareho silang true. So, pag sinabing apple and orange, kailangan pareho yung dala, yung apple, tsaka yung orange. Next, let's talk about the OR operator. Pagka naman yung OR, sabi dito, either conditions should be true. So, meaning ng either, kahit alin sa dalawa. Pag sinabi ko, bring apple or orange, ano mangyari? Pwede kayong magdala ng apple kahit apple lang, or pwede nyo dalhin orange lang. So, meaning, either of those two, pwede nyo gamitin para dun sa requirement na sinasabi ko. So, how do we use it? So, makikita nyo dito, we are using the pipe symbol. Ngayon, tinatanong niya, pagka daw tayo ay legal age or yung XP natin is mas malaki sa 1. So, meaning meron tayong exception. So, kahit alin lang dito sa dalawang condition yung masatisfy natin, okay na. For example, our age is 22, but we don't have any experience. Ang experience natin 0. Question, yung 22 ba mas malaki or equals to 18? Yes. So, this is true. Or, yung 0 ba mas malaki sa 1? This is false. Pero kahit false to, since nag-true yung age natin, pasok pa rin tayo sa magiging condition natin, which will trigger, lalabas yung ating hired. Meaning kahit alin lang sa dalawa dito. So, sinabi ko nga, apple or orange. So, kahit alin dun sa dalawa yung madala nyo, or kahit alin dun sa dalawa yung masatisfy nyo, okay na yon. So, ngayon, magfo-false lang to pag pareho nyong hindi dinala. For example, apple or orange, wala kayong dinala. Of course, hindi nyo masasatisfy yung condition. So, for example, we have our age na 17. We are underage, so we are minor. And then, our XP is 0 as well. So, yung age mo natin na 17, mas malaki or equals to 18. False. Or yung XP ba natin mas malaki sa 1? Hindi din. So, parehong false. So, false and false, meaning ang lalabas na is not qualified. So, yun lang yung time na magiging false si or pagka parehong false or lahat ng condition natin hindi natin sinunod. So, mas strict si and kesa kay or. Nagets? Pagka and, kailangan pareho. Pagka or, kahit alin lang dun sa dalawa yung maging true. And with that, yun yung and tsaka or operator. Now, we have the final one which is the not operator. It will just invert the result of a condition. If true yan, magiging false. If false yan, magiging true. How does that work? Let's check. So, we have declared XP. Nagpa-input tayo ng XP, binasa natin yung XP, and then nagpa-output tayo ng not qualified or hired. Ang ginagawa dito, tinatanong dito, yung XP ba is greater than 1? Siyempre, since naka-parenthesis at nilagyan ng exclamation point, ang tinatanong dito, if not XP greater than 1. Pagka daw hindi, mas malaki yung XP sa 1, tsaka lang natin i-output yung not qualified. So, for example, our XP is 5. So, question, yung 5 ba mas malaki sa 1? True, kasi mas malaki yung 5 sa 1. But, ano mangyayari? Magiging false kasi magkakaroon tayo ng not operator. So, yung true na magiging sagot dito, magiging false kasi in-invert nung ating exclamation point. For example naman, ang XP natin, 0. So, yung 0 ba mas malaki sa 1? Yes or no? Hindi. So, it will be false. Pero merong exclamation point, so yung false magiging true. At ang lalabas nun, not qualified. And with that, it will just invert kung ano yung original na sagot. So, gagawin nyo yung condition na to and then babaliktarin nyo lang yung ating answer pagka merong exclamation point. And yun yung ating not operator. It will just invert kung ano yung original na sagot. And with that, yun yung tatlong logical operators na ginagamit ng lahat ng programming languages. And with that, we will now proceed to our final topic, which is the looping statements. So guys, dito sa looping statements naman natin, ito yung mga statement na nag-execute ng action repeatedly hanggat yung condition natin ay true or nami-meet. Paano yon? So let's just look at our example pseudocode. So we have here our pseudocode. We declare I. Sa 0 siya nagsimula. We read the I, and then we loop. Hanggat daw yung I natin is mas maliit sa 5, let's just output high. No? So, ano mangyayari doon? So, after nating output yung high, yung I natin, dadagdagan natin ng isa. So, I is equals to I plus 1. Ano magiging sagot? Magiging 1 ngayon yung ating I. Iikot ulit yan. Yung 1 ba less than 5? Yes. So, since 1 is less than 5, i-output niya ulit yung high. So, dalawang beses na lumabas yung high. And then yung I, magiging ano na yung number. So, from 1, magiging 2. So, yung 2 ba less than 5? Yes. So, magiging high ulit and then magiging 3 na yung I. Yung 3 ba less than 5? Yes. So, lalabas yung high, then yung 3 magiging 4. Yung 4 ba less than 5? Yes. Lalabas ulit yung high, and then magiging 5 na yung I natin. Yung 5 ba less than 5? Hindi. So, tapos na yung loop ngayon. So, it will now end our loop. And with that, ganun lang kadali yung loopings natin. So, for you to understand it more, let's try it sa ating draw.io. Let's go. So guys, welcome back sa ating draw.io. So for this problem, sabi dito, let's create a program na nag-output daw ng hello 10 times by using a loop statement. So bawal tayong mag-output ng hello 10 times ng manual. Gagamit tayo ng loop statement. So for us to use a loop statement, we need to have something called the control variable. So meaning ng control variable, siya yung nagko-control kung ganong katagal naglo-loop yung isang code. Okay? So, I'm gonna declare our control variable. Kadalasang ginagamit na pangalan ng control variable is I. So, declare I. No, so, lalagyan natin ng value yan. Simulan natin sa 0 yung I natin. So, meaning walang laman yung I. 0 lang. And then, we will now read I. Okay, so after nating ma-read I, we will now loop using the I. So, sabi dito, kailangan daw mag-hello ng 10 times. So, kailangan mag-loop ng 10 beses. So, hanggat yung I natin is less than 10, then tsaka lang tayo gagawin natin? Output, hello. Then, after natin mag-output ng hello, yung I natin, dadagdagan ko ng isa. And then, so process to, no? So, lagyan natin process. I is equals to I plus 1. And then, end our loop. So, let's analyze kung paano gumagana tong ginawa nating solution na to. So, I hope na ganito din yung nakuha yung solution. Ngayon, itatry natin siya. Lalagyan ko ng text dito. Ngayon, lalagyan ko na sa left side to. Now, let's start with our first loop. No? So, first loop natin, ang I natin, ano value? 0. Ngayon, first time nating umikot. So, read I and then loop I is less than 10. Yung 0 ba less than 10? Yes. So, since yung 0 is less than 10, ano mangyari? We will now output hello. And on our process, yung I na 0, dadagdagan ng ilan? Isa. So, magiging 1 na yung I. So, iikot yan ulit. Yung 1 ba less than 10? Yes. So, i-print ulit yung hello and then dagdagan yung I ng isa. Then, pangatlo, yung 2 ba less than 10? Yes. So, hello and then magiging 3. Yung 3 ba less than 10? Yes. So, hello and then magiging 4. Yung 4 ba less than 10? So, yes. Hello and then magiging 5. Then, yung 5 ba less than 10? Yes. Yung hello, then magiging 6. And so on and so forth hanggang sa maging 10. So, 6, hello, and then magiging 7, hello ulit, and then magiging 8, hello, then magiging 9, hello, and then finally, magiging 10. And it will stop there kasi yung 10 hindi naman less than 10. Now, the question is, did we output hello 10 times? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We successfully did. So, nagsimula kasi tayo sa 0, kaya hanggang 9 lang yung kailangan natin to print 10 hellos. Pagka kasi naging 10 na yung I natin, yung 10 ba less than 10? Hindi. So, ibig sabihin, hindi na siya magpiprint ulit ng hello. So, giving us 10 hellos na output. Okay? So, with that, meron pang isang solution to, which is pabaligtad. Magsisimula tayo sa 10 or sa 9. And then, pabaligtad naman na pabawas ng pabawas hanggang sa maging 0 yung ating I. And then, tsaka lang titigil yung loop natin. So, if you can do that, then try it and then i-chat nyo dito or i-comment nyo sa comment section. Tingnan natin kung tama yung ginawa nyo. So, there are 2 ways of doing this. So, kailangan makuha nyo yung isa. So, try it. Okay, so with that, guys, that's all for this episode. I hope na marami kayo natutunan. If you have any questions, then just ask dito sa comment section natin. I will try my best to reply to your comments. Okay, so yun lang, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!